Hello, welcome to my channel. If you are new, I'm ℎ𝕣𝕠𝕕 and I'm the eclectic herbalist. In today's video, I'm going to talk about or show you how I created the Hades and Persephone prayer beads or rosaries. I did not come up with the idea, so I will give credit to the original creator, who I just happened to find their video on TikTok. I will try and add it. So the original creator is on TikTok. Their account is called Firefox Alchemy. They actually sell these. I do not sell them. I like to make my own crafts because I feel like it is just that much more potent or closer to me if I craft them, or else I would have bought it from her. But I did make my own and I did give it my own spin. She created Hades and Persephone prayer beads, so it was one. I made two, one for Persephone and one for Hades. So, as you can see. So credit to that creator. If you guys would like to check out their shop, here's a little shout out for them. Like I said, you can find them on TikTok. They have a whole bunch of other prayer beads. I know I said in a previous video, and I think it was the cauldron video, that I didn't like purchasing anything spiritual or magical off of Amazon. And then I went and got these beads off of Amazon because it was the only place I figured I could get them. And I knew also, if you've seen this ring, it's a pomegranate. It does have a matching necklace to go with it. And that is honestly what I had planned to use when I said I wanted to originally make prayer beads, but I don't know how. I didn't know how, I should say. I didn't know how it was done, and I didn't know the objects that I'd need, and it was just not a top priority to go searching with all that I had going on. So this just happened to pop up, and she showed like a very quick snippet how to, or how she did it, and I realized it's not that hard, wouldn't take any time. I did get all of the beads off of Amazon. They were white marble beads, turquoise beads, black obsidian beads, and then these tiny little clear beads that I used as spacers in some areas, as you'll see. And then I purchased the skulls as well as the pomegranate necklace. I did also purchase the Hades sigil pendant from an Etsy shop. I will leave it on the screen or below or wherever. And that's where I got that. It did come from Italy, so it took quite some time to get here, but it's beautiful. I love it. As you can see, the Persephone beads have predominantly the black obsidian, and Hades has the white marble. This was both on accident and then a choice. I did run out of, or I did not have enough of the black obsidian beads. I used most of them for Persephone's, and since hers got done first, that's kind of what happened. But then when I got to Hades, I decided to make his the white marble, because if you watched my last video, I discussed a small snippet about my connection with them, and I said she was loud and chaotic and he was more quiet and calm, and I felt like the black beads and the white beads kind of represented that a little bit better. I do feel for from the pendant to the single string base, I feel those should have all been skulls rather than, I think I used black obsidian for those. I do feel like those should have been skulls. I do kind of regret that a little bit. So if I were to make another set, I would use that whole bottom part from the pendant up before it splits off as 6 skulls. There was a reason I used 6 for that part. In all of the translations I have connected with, Persephone ate 6 seeds, so it's to represent the 6 seeds she ate. There. So what I did with them once I got them is I did cleanse them, and then I set them on my altar with the Persephone statue and the Hades skull representation sort of thing, and I let them sit there for about a week. I actually did not let the pendant sit there. I completely forgot to leave the pendant there, but they're all sitting on the altar currently with the representations. So cleanse them and then charge them. I would think of that being the way I charged them for the first charge. There was a second charge I did after the creation. So for the first charge, I had the beads not made or put together sitting on my altar after a cleanse. Make sure I say that. Then you prep and string them. I did purchase these bead needles from Amazon. They made it very simple, very easy. So that's what you do. So this is trial and error. You can make it however you want. You can pick whatever colors. I chose the colors and the 6 numbers and their pendants, obviously based on them, and then the little connector was just definitely based off of the original creator, and I just happened to find them on Amazon, so I just used them. And then yeah, you make your beads and you have your beads. The Hades one is a little longer than the Persephone one, but it has bigger beads being used. So the size in beads was an accident. I did not pay attention to that. I should have, but I didn't. Moving along. So the second charge that I did alongside my money and prosperity spell, because I generally speak with Hades when I do my money spells. So I did my whole, I always look this way, I'm sorry. I did my miasma cleanse that I do before I do any sort of workings or dealings with them. And then I did my money and prosperity spell, and then after that was set aside and the candle was just sitting there burning, I then pulled the beads out. I wrapped them both around my hand, so one on this hand, one on this hand, and I meditated with them, charging them, thinking about who's each one, where they belonged, what they were for, what I planned to do with them. And then from there, and they are still sitting there, I laid them alongside my statue and my skull, and I provided libations, which I provided at the beginning of the spell ritual sort of thing I did. So honey mead and the pomegranate liqueur. I have little goblets, so I let that, gave them their libations, set the beads alongside as not offerings, because obviously I'm gonna be taking them to use them, but sort of like presentations. So I present this is what I made, like a little macaroni art. Not really, it's much more important than macaroni art. I try to have jokes, but there we go. The next thing just says present to the gods, so I presented it to them. And they're still, usually if I'm not going to be using them or taking them anywhere, they are on my altar. So how to use them. I would say you use them as you would use any rosary beads or prayer beads. I am currently looking or trying to create a prayer to speak with them, but other than that, that's how I made them. I had been planning to make Persephone and Hades prayer beads for about some time, as I had mentioned. So I am really glad I got this done and happy to present them with you, or to you. Anyways, I'm an awkward bird. But I have been writing down what to say to keep my mind on track, and I feel like sometimes I still go off script. But that is all for today. If you enjoyed this video or would like to see more witchcraft videos or herbalism videos, which I do most of the time too, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button or that like button. No pressure. So like always, have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!